Hi, I'm Alex Buick, founder of HustleHub, the place where ambition meets wisdom to create outstanding results in entrepreneurship. HustleHub is the video mentoring platform which connects entrepreneurs to the best mentors in the world for any budget, and also provides a full suite of supporting tools and training. Today I'm joined by a very special guest. He's one of HustleHub's top mentors. Now, he started out as an entrepreneur at the age of 21, and he built a multi-million-dollar event marketing and management business. He's since built several successful businesses in the US, the UK, Australia and Singapore, including Dent Global. He also runs the Key Person of Influence Entrepreneur Accelerator Program, which has been attended by over 10,000 business owners since its conception in 2010. He's an expert in business growth for SMEs. He's an entrepreneurial thought leader, an international speaker, and he's also the author of 3 best-selling books: Entrepreneur Revolution, Oversubscribed, and Becoming a Key Person of Influence, which we'll be diving into today. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Daniel Priestley.
Thanks for having me on the show.
You're welcome. So Daniel, firstly, could you tell us a bit about how you first got started in entrepreneurship and what motivated you?
So I was really young, I was 10 years old, and I had the opportunity to run a garage sale because we had some damaged furniture and damaged stuff from a very small kitchen fire, and I thought, what a great opportunity to clean it and put together a garage sale. So I was 10, went to all the neighbours. I got them to put things in the garage sale on a 50-50 joint venture, and I made my first $300, which was enough in 1991 to buy a BMX fluorescent green bicycle and a Sega Master System with 2 games. So it was pretty big loot at the time.
Fantastic. Well, that's excellent. It sounds like you followed one of the classic entrepreneur journeys, really similarly. Daniel, what would you say are the systematic steps people should follow to become an expert in their field?
Yeah, so in my 20s I built a business that was all about promoting some of the world's top speakers, authors. These were people who would get £10,000 just to give a talk, £20,000 a day to turn up and do a training. So, best-selling authors, world-class speakers, those sorts of people. And I got to spend a lot of time with these people because it was my business, and I noticed that they're actually not superhuman. They don't have extra arms and legs or magical powers, but what they're very good at is 5 things. So number 1, they're very good at pitching skills. So they can stand on stage and pitch an idea and get people excited about it. They can be in a meeting, and the meeting can be going a little bit flat, and they can lift the energy and pitch an idea, and everyone gets excited about that. They can come up with a new product and pitch the new product like Steve Jobs would do. Everyone would be pumped. So that's the first skill, which is the ability to pitch ideas. Sales is a bit different. That's where you're selling something that already exists. So I could maybe be good at selling a red Toyota because it already exists and you can see it and touch it. Pitching is about sharing an idea that maybe is still in formation, but making it real in people's minds. So that's the first one. Pitching. Publishing, all of them published. So they had books, they had blogs, they had articles, they had reports that they'd created. They were very good at publishing, which is good for a number of reasons. Number 1, it clarifies your thinking. Number 2, it creates a document that can go out to a lot of people. Number 3, Google can find it and make sure it can find an audience. Number 4, it's actually just a different format for people to discover your work.
Great.
Number 3, these people all had products. So they could turn up in a city like London, living in New York or Singapore, turn up for 2 or 3 days and actually make $100 grand worth of sales while they're here because they had products to sell. If you're only selling time for money, then you turn up and it's only while you're here that you can make any money. Sure. As soon as you leave, there's nothing. Yeah. So they had products to sell. Number 4, they had a great profile. If you Google them, good stuff comes up. They've got traditional media, social media, videos, blogs, podcasts, all on that first page of Google, so they've got a great profile. Number 5, very good at bringing partners to the table.
Okay.
So you'd see these people not just using their own resources, but bringing in the spirit of partnership, using the resources with investors, people who had databases, people who had various products, bringing all of that together to create something new. So very good at partnership. So we put that into the 5 Ps: pitch, publish, product, profile, partnership.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Okay, Daniel, so what would you say is the biggest setback that you've had to overcome as an entrepreneur?
So I suppose a huge setback is when you're just starting out, getting everyone else to believe in your idea. So you might have a really clear vision as to what you want to achieve in the world, but you've got to get other people. You've got to get someone to quit their job and come and work with you. You've got to get someone to maybe give you that first little bit of investment. You've got to get that customer to take a leap of faith and become a customer for the first time. All of those things are they're very difficult in the beginning. Okay. Later down the track, because I work with so many entrepreneurs, the biggest problem I struggle with is getting people to recognize how much value they're already on.
Okay.
So everyone overlooks their own value. They overlook what they're already doing. They overlook their skill set, and and it's, for me, the hardest thing is making sure that people can see how valuable they are right in their current space.
Fantastic. I know that you refer to that as standing on your mountain of value. That's a really great point. What do you see as the biggest mistakes which entrepreneurs are making today?
They go off looking at bright shiny objects. So bright shiny object syndrome would definitely be one of the biggest mistakes. We live in a world where people can scroll through Instagram and look at 25 opportunities and they can see other people's lives. We live in a world where your inbox fills up with people trying to tell you to go and be a stock market trader or a property investor or a multi-level marketer, and they're always banging on about these things like passive income streams and all the stuff that appeals to the part of the brain that's very lazy. And what happens is the bright shiny object syndrome takes over, and you hear about some person who made £1 million doing this thing, and you go, oh, well, I better throw away everything I've done for the last 15 years and go chasing that thing. It's really important that entrepreneurs tune out the news and really try and tune into what are they good at, what are they really world class at, what can no one beat them at.
Okay, Daniel, so the next question I've got for you, if you'd known when you started your business what you now know, what would be your top tip for entrepreneurs when starting out?
So I would have encouraged myself to write a book sooner because things really shifted once I wrote my book.
Sure.
And I would really encourage my younger self to what I call create more assets. Creating more assets might be videos, blogs, articles. These are the new economy digital assets. But also old economy assets, buying properties. There's a few properties that I should have bought along the way that I looked at seriously and I held back for whatever reason. So I'd just say accumulate more assets, invest in more assets. But the world we live in today, digital assets are hugely important. Creating blogs, articles, podcasts, videos, all of that sort of stuff, it actually fuels your brand for years to come.
Great. Okay, so finally, Daniel, what would you say the 3 actionable steps that entrepreneurs can go away and start taking action on today in order to become a key person of influence within their field?
The first one I would say is learn to pitch yourself more effectively. So when you go and say, I'm a fitness trainer and I'm £45 an hour, you pigeonhole yourself into being generic and cheap. So if you want that to change, you need to talk about running fitness concierge for a premium, superior level service and for a top buyer. You have to pitch yourself into that next level. So you have to change the way you're pitching. And it's really important that every entrepreneur learns pitching skills, how to pitch what they want. We have a saying that you get what you pitch for, and you're always pitching. The other one too is I would become a guest blogger on some different blogs. So find some blogs that want content and write about something you know about, write about something you've got experience in, and even if you don't even want to be known for that thing, just get it out of your head and put it into paper so that at least you're building a track record of what you've done, even if it's going to change in the future. But just start putting some of your ideas out there. And then the other one would be just put your prices up. Whether if you're working for a company, go and ask the boss what would they need to see in order to get a pay rise. Go and talk to clients if you've got clients about what additional services you can offer. Start thinking about making sure you put your prices up at least a few percentages points each year.
Sure. Okay. Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Daniel, for sharing your inspirational story and your wisdom. It's been a great pleasure speaking with you. Now, I'm sure you've gained incredible value from this interview with Daniel. So if you're ready to start taking action on becoming a key person of influence in your field, click the link included to join Daniel at one of the live Brand Accelerator events in London. I'll also include the link on Daniel's profile at hustlehubmentoring.com. Thanks for listening.